Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we take you to Jenkins, where plans are in the works to refresh an aging dam.
And we go to Knox County, where heavy rainfall already has some people stuck in their homes as problem areas are already flooded.
And we now know when a woman accused of murder in Leslie County will be back in court.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:36 on February 6th. I'm Madison Pergram.
And I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning on this Friday Eve.
On this Friday Eve, it's raining. If you have to get out, you definitely need those rain boots, a heavy rain jacket. But let's go to Brandon Robinson. Brandon, only the positive I can think is a lot of kids are not in school today because of sickness. So they're not having to go to the bus stop.
And a lot of kids are out of school now due to flooding, and we're getting more reports of that. Just saw on the National Weather Service chat from Morristown, flooding in Lee County, Virginia now near the post office at Blackwater. So again, lots of areas seeing that. That's 5 miles southeast of Jonesville, which is right there in basically right across the border from Harlan there, just a little bit south of that. So let's go to Line Pinpoint Doppler radar and kind of see what's going on. The heaviest bands of rain continue to track off to our east now, and we're going to continue to see that trend as we head deeper into the daytime hours, but rain will redevelop as we head deeper into the morning, going into the afternoon after maybe a brief break. Flood watch extended for parts of eastern and southern Kentucky until 1 o'clock this afternoon. They trimmed the northern counties out of that because of the rain falling. The heaviest bands of rain continue to fall right there along the borders with Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee. Flash flood watch and flood watches for those surrounding states go till 1 o'clock tonight. Visibility is awful, so even if you're driving slow, you may not be able to see flood water, so slow it down, stay at home if you can. Water over roads across a big chunk of the region. There's more roads than we could even mention here going on. I've seen reports of water across those, so just be careful. Whitesburg seeing some heavier bands of rain now, and over at UVA Wise, we showed you this a few minutes ago, there's sheets of rain coming through and now low visibility. Temperatures in the 50s for most down the outlying counties there in the north and to the west, seeing 40s and 30s. Your headlines today, we are going to see high water issues for a while. Some river flooding, minor river flooding is possible throughout the next couple of days, and then we see rain to snow coming in tonight. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Now, with this rainfall still coming down, many people have been rescued throughout the morning hours for high flood waters throughout the Cumberland Valley area. And
WYMT's Hannah Reynolds is in Bell County with the latest. Hannah?
I'm here on Old Pineville Pike, where just moments ago one person was just rescued. There's another one just down the road that has just been rescued as well. And just a couple hours ago, there was a 20-something-year-old man that was stuck on the roof of his car just because of all the water. Several people have tried to drive through these floodwaters overnight, not realizing how high they are by the time they find out. Their cars are already stuck and they need emergency help. For those driving to work, crews advise that if you see any water at all, do not try crossing. One example comes from Highway 188, where one man was caught in what crews estimate to be 15-foot waters, and those levels are rising by several inches each hour.
If you don't pay attention to the dangers that's there, you know, it can be extreme. You can lose your life in this stuff, so really just stay out of it.
If there's one thing that I keep hearing all the crews reiterate is just how life-threatening this water is. Just moments ago, one of them even just said that this type of water can sweep away a whole fire truck. So please, if you don't have to get out, just don't risk it. For now in Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Now to keep an eye on that rainfall, which continues to come down, download our WYMT weather app in the App Store.
Well, to the city of Jenkins now in Letcher County that is protected by a century-old dam.
Built by a coal company, when the city was founded in 1912, it is beginning to show its age.
I talked with the mayor yesterday about a small leak and their concerns. As water spills over the causeway, the city of Jenkins rests quietly below.
If you know what's going to happen, it's not serious, and if you don't know it's coming, it's 10.
At 108 years old, this dam is beginning to show its age.
Well, over the years, it developed a leak, coming through, and we've been monitoring it.
This stone and rebar wall is the only thing protecting Jenkins from the water of Elkhorn Lake.
If it were to start leaking and turn into something that, a lot of water comes this way, most everything is below the dam.
So now plans being made should this problem get worse.
It's got to be addressed. Something's got to be done, and that's what we're working on right now.
While the process is started, the price tag is not cheap. This could cost the small town as much as $3.5 million.
To grout the dam, fix the leak, and resurface the face of it and get it back into shape that it needs to be in.
But it could be a small price to pay to make this last another 100 years. Mayor DePriest says there is no immediate danger and the situation is not made any worse by the rain that we're seeing now.
And several people are trapped inside their homes after flooding has covered their roads in Knox County. People living in Knox County could not pass several roads, including Kentucky Highway 1527, California Hollow Road, and Maggie Crane Road. While all three roads have homes nearby that are affected, Maggie Crane Road does not have another entry or exit, making it only possible to reach them by boat in case of an emergency.
And we have folks in there that's in their 80s, so as we get older we get more prone to be sick or need emergency services, so it's a big deal to me. It would be if I lived there.
For more updates on that continual rainfall, download our WYMT weather app in the App Store.
Well, last night we learned when a woman charged in a deadly Leslie County DUI crash will be back in court. Alyssa Noble is back in jail and will appear back in court again on March 4th. She faces murder, assault, and DUI charges in connection with the 2017 crash that killed Paige Hayes and injured another woman. Noble was out on home incarceration until last week when police say she was found high inside a pharmacy. She is also accused of trying to cheat on a drug test. To Pike County now, where a weekend crash left a woman in the hospital and put a man behind bars. First responders got a call on Saturday at a crash near Double Quick on US 23 in Pikeville. Officers say the vehicle was driven by Brandon Justice of Hurley, Virginia, with his wife in the passenger seat. Witnesses saw them arguing and heard the woman screaming, "He is going to kill me." But Justice told them it was an accident. He was taken to the Pike County Detention Center on charges including wanton endangerment, assault, and reckless driving. The extent of the wife's injuries are not known at this time.
We continue to track heavy bands of rain, but starting to die down just a little bit in some of the hardest hit areas. But again, don't let your guard down. The high water issues will linger for quite some time. Visibility is very low, so keep that in mind this morning. Anything less than 5 miles is dense fog and heavy rain. Temperatures still fairly mild for most of the area, but the cold front trying to cool us off those northern counties. Temperatures only go down today and tonight. That rain will transition over to snow, but you'll see temperatures fall into the 50s and eventually the 40s by later this afternoon. Guys.
Well, thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
Here's a look at what's ahead. The U.S. recently confirmed its 12th case of the coronavirus as numbers of those infected with the disease continues to climb worldwide.